Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host Paul James, and in this episode, a special episode, I'm joined by the Late Game Review's own Matto Phillips.
Hello, this is my real face.
This is your real face. You've heard only his voice in the 2 episodes of the Late Game Review we've had so far, but now you've got a face to match the voice, and we're going to talk a little bit about Matto's gaming history, really, like kind of where it all started and what it's all led to, any bumps along the road and whatever that's led to where we are now. So, where's it all kick off? What was the first game? Do you remember the first game you played? Maybe you're not proud of the first game you played, but do you remember what the first one was?
From what I can remember, Doom as a 5-year-old. Doom 2 actually.
Oh, yeah.
On PC. Duke Nukem. You know, those type of kids games that everyone plays back then.
Yeah, no, your Marios and all those sorts
Yeah,
of
Mario's.
things.
It was that too. Mario's, Donkey Kong. A lot of Donkey Kong, really. I was a rare kid, not a Nintendo kid. Rare.
Oh, that's right though.
Pretty much everyone.
Rare was in their prime in the Super Nintendo days with the Donkey Kong countries and then even moving on to the 64 with Banjo-Kazooie and
Perfect Dark, GoldenEye. Everyone knows GoldenEye. Who doesn't?
So what were the ones that kind of hooked you the most and kept you going the most? What was it about them that you loved?
I don't know what I was doing. Doom was just something different. It was one of those shooters that just sort of stood out. Same with Duke Nukem. It's just his attitude, because it's sort of one of the first shooters where he kind of got...
Actually, hang on, we're talking about rare... We've been talking about rare games. Are you talking about like Doom 64? Or are you talking about as in the original Doom? Okay, right.
No, not Doom.
Sorry, just because we've been talking about like Nintendo consoles and stuff, I thought I'd better double check to make sure we're talking about the same Doom.
None of that's 64, so that's
cool.
It's not very...
Doom 64 was my first Doom.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can thank GoldenEye for that.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for GoldenEye, there wouldn't be first-person shooters on consoles.
Yeah. Yeah, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Doom, Turok, all those sort of ones on the console.
COD. Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, they came after, but those ones on the 64, yeah. But yeah, sorry, go on. So tell me about, like Doom 2, Duke Nukem.
Mario, a lot of Mario. Mario Kart. Battletoads. I hate Battletoads.
Okay, so you're you're a hater. Cool, so am I. I can't.
16 years. Not one family member's finished it.
That's right, because your sister's still fairly deep into games, Lauren?
A little bit. She's more Yoshi. She's a Yoshi fan.
Yeah. I've seen that over the years.
Big Yoshi fan.
Yoshi's a gun.
Yeah, oh yeah. Can't deny it.
But yeah, so like, given that, well, Doom was certainly one of the first games you played anyway, like, I don't know, I personally, most that I've spoken to that talk about, it's often those kiddie sort of platformers, the Marios that you're talking about, that were typically the starting point. Do you think the fact that Doom was your first game, or one of the very first ones anyway, kind of impacted the direction the games you played went over the years, or had no bearing?
No impact whatsoever. Because I went from violent games to pretty much 64.
Because I don't mean in terms of like necessarily that violent sense, because I played the Marios when I grew up, but now I happily shoot people down in
I'm kind of the opposite way.
Yeah, okay.
I used to shoot them down, now I play Marios.
It's the right way to go.
Right, reverse. What else? What else did I play? So a lot of Mario, because if you had a Super Nintendo, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, that was my thing.
That was Mario. Lots of Mario.
I played all the JRPGs back then. All the Chrono Triggers and Secret of Manas and all those sorts of things.
I never used to play them. It was a lot of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of Donkey Kong.
Which of the 3 Donkey Kongs was the best one?
I'd say number 2.
Yeah.
I reckon 2. 3's good, but not as good as 2.
This is why we hired him at Player 2, because he knows which Donkey Kong is the best Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about those 64 ones. They're good, not as good as number 2. Not as good.
Were you talking about as in Donkey Kong 64 and Diddy Kong Racing?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Diddy
Kong Racing's
not even competition.
Underrated though. It came real close to scratching that Mario Kart itch.
Very close.
I think it's almost better than beating Mario Kart 64.
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh, you reckon better than Mario Kart 64?
I reckon. Mario Kart's good, but Diddy Kong Racing sort of gave you the choice of just where to go. It's a more sort of
it was almost open world, yeah.
It had aeroplanes, hovercrafts.
That's right.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, okay, that. Fair point. Well, they added bikes down the line, but it took them about another 15 years.
Yes.
So where did things kind of go from there? What were you kind of playing through? Because that would have been what, when you're about 5, 6, those sort of ages, when you're doing Dooms, those sort of things. So then how did things kind of develop through your teen years? What sort of things did you find yourself playing, or was it just the next iteration of Doom and the next iteration of Mario?
No, I sort of went off Doom after that. Same with Duke Nukem, because it didn't come out till what?
Oh yeah, there was Duke Nukem Forever, which
let's not talk
20
about
years
that.
ago.
That was so much hype, such disappointment.
It was always going to be disappointing.
It's always. So during 10 years, Grand Theft Auto. But
Yeah.
I think that's everyone was playing Grand Theft Autos in there.
Yeah, we went to the same school, and just anyone you spoke to was talking about how they were playing GTA 3 or Vice City or
San Andreas came out, everyone was talking about
Yeah.
it.
I didn't play GTA then, though, so it was really weird for me. Like, I didn't get any of those conversations. I'd go around to my cousins, and I'd see him playing Vice City. I think was the first one I saw him playing. And I was like, this is stupid. I got no... So you just pick up this hooker and then kick her out later on and shoot her. All right. I think I'm just going to go play Zelda. And I just moved on with my day. Or God of War or whatever happened to be.
That's another one, Zelda.
Yes. Yeah, I know. You're a big Zelda family.
Majora's Mask. If anyone's never played the 64 version of Majora's Mask, you're missing out.
So as in, go back and play that instead of the remade Majora's Mask.
Actually, the good thing about the 3DS one, they actually fixed the problems that were in the 64 version, like the saves.
Oh yeah,
saves, that was the most painstaking thing, because you go 3 days, you mess it up on the last day, you had to go back to day one.
I didn't play the remaster, so what they added the ability to... Like, I played it on the 64 and finished it on the 64, but I didn't play the remaster, so what...
They changed the save, so you don't... I think, what was the 64 one? If you saved it, you would exit, that was...
Yeah, something like that.
So with this, you save, and you just continue playing. You just
continue going. Alright. Yeah, that makes it better already.
Makes it so much better.
Because, yeah, if need be, you can just kill it and pick up where you were again and retry.
Because the 64 version took me 3-4 years to finish, because it was just so
It was a grueling ass game.
Yeah, it was painstaking. The 3DS one took me 3 days.
Admittedly, we're older and better at games by then. We've learned a lot from what happened before.
But still, it's just so much easier. You just go, oh, that's it? He's like, oh, cool, done.
So Zelda was a big deal. Were there any other similar games that kind of came along the way? Zelda stuck with you over the years. We'll probably focus on Zelda at some point properly.
Definitely Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark.
So we're back to the Rare stuff.
Back to Rare. So anything on Nintendo back in those days always goes back to Rare. I'm trying to think of other 64 games I used to play that are not Rare and not Nintendo.
Actual Nintendo. Oh, then there's not much, because it's just like a Nintendo box. That's all Nintendo consoles have been for years. Even the Switch still so far is just Nintendo games.
Oh, there was old Crash Bandicoot as well, if I could get my hands on a PS1.
On a PS1. So you ended up going on to become an Xbox guy versus PlayStation, didn't you? Was that right?
Yes. Oh, well, was
that because Rare went to Xbox? Okay.
No, because I bought a GameCube instead of
an
Xbox or a PS2. And I think I was a bit disappointed because of the lack of games or exclusive games.
But the stuff they did was amazing.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
And all
Smash
Brothers. That was great. And what was the other one?
Resident Evil for a long time, and then Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Though the Twilight Princess was kind of a Wii game
crossover as well. Between the two, and Star Fox Adventures. That was Rare's last game on Nintendo. Was it a Donkey Kong? No, it wasn't a Donkey Kong game on there.
Oh, there was those Donkey Konga ones.
The Bongo one,
with the drums. Yeah.
There was meant to be a racer, but that never got released.
Yeah, you can actually find that online. It's like there's. Have you seen it before? There's some footage from like cancelled games, so like never finished, but you can actually find some of the footage that's been dug out.
I think I saw when it was meant to exclusively come out. When it was meant to come out on the GameCube, they showed a bit of footage of it. That was
there was. I don't think it was ever publicly released.
No, there was always pictures in that, but never released. It was on the box of the GameCube.
Because those were the days when it was still all about print media and stuff. So like you'd only get screenshots, whereas now everything's video.
Everything's a trailer.
And 50 gameplay trailers and all that sort of stuff that goes with it. So GTA, lots of conversations there. That kind of was gaming ever a point for you where it kind of connected you to other people because of the games you played?
No, never.
No one else really cared about them, or it just so happened that you're already friends and then you just happen to have the same interests already? Yeah.
Oh no, some of the friends I used to hang out with, they weren't as interested in games as I was, or they had a PS2 or an Xbox. Well, I had the GameCube. No one else had a GameCube.
No one had.
No one had it.
Mate, we should have been friends earlier through school.
Yeah, well, when we first met up, year 11.
Because I think I played against you in a game of footy one day. I think.
Too. They were in the same English class.
Yeah, and we kind of crossed over a few times late. But we both had the GameCube from day one and had no idea.
Yeah. If only we knew that, 13 years
10
ago.
years earlier.
Oh, it would have been good.
Oh, that's it. Whatever. So, moving on from there. So, you became an Xbox person. What sort of games did you play when you followed that Xbox path?
Saints Row. Well, Saints Row, Mass Effect.
Late game review, go check it out.
Check it out. Saints Row, Mass Effect. I'm trying to think what other Xbox. Gears of War. Everyone played Gears of War.
Gears is amazing.
But everyone probably had me. Oh, not really. Never played Halo.
You've never played a single Halo game.
Never played a single
Still
Halo.
to this day.
To this day. And I have an Xbox.
We're going to fix that in a player 2 players one.
That's almost as bad as you have a Nintendo. You don't play
Don't get me
Mario.
wrong. Yeah, not as bad.
Not as bad. That's pretty bad.
Close. That's one of the things we're going to have to fix in a player 2 players at some point. Don't get me wrong. I'm not crazy about Halo. I like them.
If you have an Xbox,
I don't think they're God's gift to the world, but I feel like this is something that we need to fix up. We'll do a full-on promotion thing for this on player 2 and really ramp the whole thing up. Interesting.
Yes.
So where do things kind of go from there?
So
And obviously we're talking still teen years into even early 20s at this point. So you're continuing down that Xbox path. Did you at any point fall off the gaming bandwagon?
Sort of when I was a teen, sort of around, I'd say the Game Boy Advance era, sort of around there. I sort of stopped playing games for about a good 4 or 5 years. I sort of
they just weren't interesting anymore.
weren't interesting to me because I think Pokemon. I think I got a bit bored of Pokemon after Gold and Silver
because it was the same thing.
The same thing.
I don't mean to break it to you, man.
Ruby
Nothing's changed.
I know. I played Was it Black and White? It was Black and White.
Ruby, Sapphire, Diamond, Pearl, Black and White.
Skip that.
I skipped those 2 generations. Diamond, Pearl, Black and White.
I played Black and White. Some of the Pokemon creations, I thought, this is just stupid.
This is going to be one of those moments where Garbodor comes across the screen here. I don't know how many of the past episodes you come up with, but it's kind of become a bit of a recurring joke.
Okay.
When we start talking about Pokemon, the Garbodor's I sulked about that was the Pokemon when I saw it appear. I'm like, seriously, you're making Pokemon based on garbage?
I'll have to look up this Garbodor.
So just rewatch this when it comes out, and you'll see.
Oh no, I'm going home and I'm looking it up. I need to know what this Garbodor is.
It's a blight on the Pokemon franchise as far as I'm concerned. But when I saw that, like part of all the promotion, like these are the Pokemon that are coming out, I'm like, garbage. No, I'm done. I can't. And it was only when X and Y came along, oh, okay, I can see. Like it seemed like they kind of got their creative edge back again. Like kind of came back.
That's where they got to the point where they ran out of colours, went to the alphabet.
Well, yeah, there's that too. But
then they went back to colours. Did they go back to colours? Or they just
X and Y and then Sun and Moon.
Oh, so they've gone to the solar eclipse now.
Yeah, so I don't know what they'll do for this bloody Switch game.
The Milky Way?
Yeah, Pokemon Galaxy. No. Yeah, Milky Way and Andromeda or something like that. There we go. Crossing over with Mass Effect. So through those years, just kind of dropped off completely. There was nothing that kind of, it's not that sort of thing where, say GTA 4 comes out and like, oh, I'll come back for that. There wasn't anything that kind of caught you at all.
I didn't get it, but it just wasn't like, I thought, maybe I should get an Xbox, maybe things will change. It did a little bit, because there's a few more games you buy, like you got Rainbow Six, Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas always gets talked about.
Yes, it's surprisingly
especially if you're an
very
Xbox
good
person,
game.
Lots of people talk about that.
Well, so we got, you said Gears of War, but that's all. That's everyone.
Not Halo. Fable?
Not Halo. What's Fable?
You don't know Fable?
Oh, okay. Fable, yes.
Oh.
Fable. Yes, Fable. But not 3. Let's not for 3. 2, yeah. One's the best. I reckon one's better.
So then what kind of brought you back in?
Ooh,
what kind of got you back in? And I'm not necessarily talking, if there was a particular game, fine.
There was no particular game. I just thought, maybe things have changed. Maybe things have changed since
I just gave it a go again.
Just gave it a go again. Just thought, well, I missed out on all this stuff. I thought,
that's interesting because there's lots of people that kind of, for whatever reason, life gets in the way, and it happens. Life does get in the way, and people can't necessarily commit the time that they once did or whatever, and then they just, for whatever reason, never go back, and they kind of look back and like, oh man, I just kind of stopped.
Sort of like
whereas you maybe recognise that, and then just, I'll give it another crack again, and fell back in love with it.
Fell back in love with it.
Yeah, nice. There's far too many stories where it just kind of continues.
Yes.
Far too many stories as far as I'm concerned. Not that any of you watching will be one of those people. But you better not be. So, modern day. So you're doing late game review and all that. So what kind of got you into this whole creating content around video games thing?
There's always an idea around it. I've always wanted to do it. It's just thought more just mainly doing it. I think the idea came as I wanted to do a review.
But not be super serious.
But I thought, that's just not my thing. I can't be serious. I can't take being serious. It's just, it can't happen.
And then you put something up on Facebook one day,
Yes, I did.
late last year.
New Year's Eve.
Just going to New Year's Eve. And I'm much to wife's disgust, I'm on honeymoon and see that.
Oh,
No, it was on honeymoon. Yeah, we were gone for New Year's. Honeymoon, and I see that post, and I need it. This is like, I know he knows what he's talking about. I need to get him on board for this. Responded to, spent a little bit of time twisting your arm because,
maybe not.
Rightly,
I'm not sure. Wasn't sure if it was going to fit in. The idea was going to fit into what Play 2 does and all that. And then you sort of thought, no, we'll give it a go. Why not?
Yeah, and here he is doing patch today, and I'm sure you'll probably see more of him in the future, not just audio only in the late game review. So we'll see what we come up with as time plays out. I'm sure we'll get him back for some patched as well beyond today. Was there ever any point, because you studied at uni, you were doing animation bits and pieces and stuff for a while?
Everyone thinks animation. It's sort of more animation, video, web. It's all that digital stuff.
Yeah, so I'm not necessarily talking about games, but was there ever a consideration, given at that point you would have been back into games at all, that might be a potential path you kind of lead down?
Never an idea. The idea was I thought, would it happen, would it not? Who knows? It was more for an assignment. Thought, what do you want to do in 5 years' time? And I thought, I'll put video games out because you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
Then I went to PAX.
And it's something you're interested in as well.
And then I went to PAX one year and I thought, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. And that was, 4 or 5 years ago to now.
You haven't missed any PAXs? I can't remember. If
last year.
You missed last year's one.
I didn't do... Yeah, last year I didn't go. I went the last 2 years. I'll probably go this year. I should really buy my ticket.
They are on sale now. If you're a patched watcher and you've not bought your tickets, now's your chance. We might be able to hook you up with something too. Ooh. We'll see. Secrets. No guarantees. We'll see. Not you, unfortunately. Sorry.
Too bad.
So where do you see all this going forward? What are you doing these days work-wise? Is there any of that animation, video stuff kind of twisting into it all?
This is sort of at the moment, this is just all on the side. Just work at a warehouse. The good hours, so I get the time to actually just work, go home and actually work on it, which is great because my other job I did, never had the time to do it. So when I found this job, I thought I got the freedom to do this.
When I want.
That's
kind of handy. Do you find yourself, because when you spoke to me about the late game review, you're like, I think monthly or so.
Monthly at the moment.
Give or take.
Yeah.
And the turnaround between the first two was about 2.5 to 3 weeks.
It was.
I don't know if you realise that.
I never knew.
Is it the sort of thing, now maybe it's just you being able to get through it a little bit quicker than you thought, or is it the sort of thing where you're making you realise little ideas pop in your head while you're working, you start scribbling them down?
It always does.
Sort of thing?
Yeah, it always does.
I think that's really cool.
I usually just write something, I think, that'll work, then I start editing, and then I think, I'll change that. I think from the Saints Row one, I think I changed it about 5 or 6 times, just ideas.
You sent me a few different kind of versions of it as it was coming together.
Alternated every time. So I think it was the same with Assassin's Creed as well. It's sort of.
Assassin's
Creed, that changed because I thought, maybe I'll write that, I'll get rid of that, because I think I'll look at some things and go, don't need that, so I just cut it out.
Well, maybe go behind the scenes a little bit, like explain to these guys watching how that kind of comes together. Like, what's the process that you're going through as you're making one of these episodes? So you decide on your game, whatever that happens to be, and we're thinking in time that we might even source a few from you guys, the viewers, to maybe develop if it fits in with what Matto's able to do. But how does that process kind of come together once you've settled on what the game is?
So the process just goes, as you know, you just capture it. So a player, then an idea might come into my head, I'll write down a piece of paper, and then I'll just sort of edit that down, then take it into a video program, and then sort of cut it into sections of what's good, what's not, and then just get rid of all the sort of rubbish you don't need, because I think...
So as in, once you've got all your points kind of worked out what you want to say, and maybe not like word for word what you want to say, but then you get your clips to fit in with that.
Then sort of write, then record it. Recording takes all about an hour, then sort of put that to what I've recorded and see
if
will it work, will it not, and if I need to add extra stuff in.
Yeah, okay.
So I have to go back and do reshoots on that. So that happens a lot at times. And then sort of...
I'm all interested because I've not actually done even like yours is more the satirical sort of sense, but at the same time I've never done an actual video review before, so I'm curious to see how this kind of process comes together.
I think I looked on the internet a lot, see how you do game reviews. They say, talk about sort of sections, and I thought I can't do that. I'll just get there's the traditional games thing, which is
story, presentation,
Graphics,
gameplay, graphics,
controls.
and
And I thought, I can't do that.
No.
It's just, nah. Just, for me,
yeah, no,
it just
things
does not work.
like more or less these days, things just kind of meld in, fit. And sometimes it works out. You spend 90% of the time talking about the bloody story. You don't actually, not necessarily for some of the ones.
Yeah,
but
I think I'm very rarely
horses for
talk about
courses thing.
I think I very rarely talk about the story. I think it's about.
You've not covered any really super story heavy
No
games
stories,
yet,
no.
but
Maybe I should get onto Mass Effect one day.
that'll be an interesting challenge.
That'll take me months if that's the case.
Yeah, get all the capture and all
All
those
the
sort of things.
capturing and all the choices. It'll take
There'll be some good
It'll
ones.
take a while.
We'll see how
Red
it goes.
Dead. Or Red Dead.
Maybe
Maybe
down
I'll
the
do
track.
Red Dead. I'll do that in October.
Just in time.
Just in time for
There we
when
go.
Red Dead
Locked
2
it
comes
in.
out.
Just record it nice and early, just have it in the bag.
Yeah, just in case. I might forget about it till day releases. Go, oh,
Oh yeah, right, that was the thing.
I was supposed to do that. It'll happen.
I'll speak to Matt, we'll get this
I'll
all locked
guarantee.
in.
I'll guarantee it'll come out sometime in October. So what are we in now?
We're April, so
April.
it's...
Plenty of time. Plenty of
Plenty of time.
Don't worry about it. It will get done.
We're cool.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks before it comes out. Yeah. I'll do it earlier. We'll do it earlier than that.
We'll have to publish this for everyone again,
Pressure's
just to
on. Don't put
put the
pressure.
heat on him. So that's kind of cool how that whole process works. Maybe a little sneak insider for those watching now.
A vlog.
What's next?
A vlog.
Oh, you do some vlogging stuff
We
too.
may do a vlog of how.
Talking
how
through
I
the
do it.
process. Yeah, right.
Through the process.
That'd be kind of cool.
I'll do that.
Maybe like
do
a
that down the track.
special edition thing somewhere
Special
down the
edition.
line. That'd be kind of cool.
We'll do that.
I like that.
We'll do it.
We can just kick out Patched for a week, which works for me, gives me a week off, and
just
we'll drop in
slide
the
in.
making of.
Making of a late game review. We'll do that.
There we go. Well,
Done.
we
Done.
better stop committing to stuff, otherwise.
Oh no, we'll write it all. We'll forget about this until we look back at this and go, oh.
Like that other show that we
bad
haven't
idea.
worked out what
Yeah,
the hell it was
and we
yet.
can't remember what it is.
We'll dig it out. It's somewhere in our Facebook Messenger history, which Donald Trump
could be-
probably
we
knows
could-
about
we could just
now,
look at
and It's
it.
probably public to everyone. And
We could just look at. Oh yeah, it's in Congress.
yeah, I'm getting
as we speak.
getting really topical.
Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll read it and go, that makes no sense. We'll look at our Facebook post and go, that makes absolutely no sense. What
No
were we
clue.
talking about?
It'll work out.
It will work out. It always works out.
So yeah, little sneaky insider for everyone watching. What's next on the
next one. It will be Prototype, and I instantly regret doing it. It's not. Oh, it's so. Oh, I can't even talk about it. It's so painful.
Prototype was a weird, interesting story when it first came out, because it was a fairly tortured development in the first place, and then it came out, and I haven't seen any of this coming episode or any of his ideas for this coming episode.
No one has.
But he probably doesn't even have a clue yet. I don't know.
No.
I suppose Saints Row only really. Your episode for that was only last week or whatever, as of the date we were recording.
Last Thursday.
So
What's today? Thursday. Last week, yes.
only about a week ago. So fair enough that you don't have it totally fleshed out yet. I've forgotten where I was going with it. Oh yeah, that's right. It came out at a weird, interesting time because it was like day and date, or maybe one day before or after Infamous that came out for the PS3 at the same time.
Oh,
That was
bad choice. Oh,
that
bad
was
time to
the that was
release.
the exclusive PlayStation
time.
superhero game. Which admittedly PlayStation wasn't, like PS3 wasn't killing it at the time.
Oh, no,
it was
I
still
don't think
getting
any of them
trounced by
were.
the 360.
Yeah.
But
That's never heard of nowadays. Now.
no, PlayStation's back
Unheard
on
of.
top. Yeah,
Oh, they're killing them.
but at the same time, yeah, it was a weird thing for that game because it came out at the same time, and they were like poles apart in terms of how they actually play it. The one was about this ultra-violent Prototype being about this ultra-violence, just kill anyone, everyone, however you want. The more
Scissors for hands.
grotesque, the better. And then Infamous was, you had your moral compass that you kind of worked with, and it was good, bad,
And you got to choose what you do.
yeah.
It could be good or bad.
And Infamous was far better, in
I
my
played
personal
it.
opinion.
I do have it at home.
You do it, yeah. So what consoles did you have through the journey then? Since you kind of, you do have a PS3, but you kind of splintered off Xbox for a while there. What do you kind of have?
Okay, we'll go back to the start.
Because this can give you a little bit of insight as to
childhood.
what
We'll go back to
games you
childhood.
might
We'll
potentially
name all
get
of them. Okay. Super Nintendo,
Good starting point. That's where I started.
64, Game Boy Color,
Yep.
GameCube,
Yep.
360. Well, I have three.
So you missed the original Xbox.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I got the GameCube.
That's right.
360. I had three of them because of the course. One was
Red
the Ring
Light.
of Death. Ring
Yeah.
of Death. And then I just got another one because I needed more memory, so I thought it'd be easy just to buy
Just to
one.
buy a new
just buy one. I thought, oh, I could buy a
Not
memory
the
card.
new
I
hard
thought-
drive or memory card or anything.
Well, it's cheap at the time. It was $250. I thought.
To buy a new hard drive for them.
Oh no, the hard drive, the actual consoles, the actual better one, not because I still had the old.
Like the old Elites or the Slims.
Yeah, I still had the very first one with all the ring of death.
So
still
lasted you a while then.
Yeah, I think I've turned on a couple of months ago. It's dead.
Yeah,
it died. Okay, so we got 360, PS3, which I purchased about a year after the PS4 got released.
Why not?
Why not?
They're dirt cheap.
They're cheap.
Was it that's the old slim one that I've got over there?
That's the one right there, yes.
Sorry, I know it's off camera. I'll put a little picture up somewhere that shows which model.
I'll just put a picture up. Let's show them now.
That's plugged in.
Oh, who cares?
Just yank the plug.
We'll just pull it out. You can keep talking. Zero to no.
No, just yank the plug.
Is this on? Oh!
It's all plugged in, but it's not going to kill you.
Oh, it's beeping at me.
Dorian, just unplug it.
Oh, abort.
Everything's going wrong.
Abort.
This is there we go.
Ta-da!
This is the second edition slim model one, because
second or third?
Sorry. Yeah, third edition one. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it depends what memory it was.
Oh,
there were 500 to, it was a 120, a 500, or 180.
Well, the original model was like 20 or
160
60 at the beginning.
Yeah, that was like a brick.
Yeah, I love that console because it was backwards compatible. I could play my PS2 games on it. The very original PS3.
That does as well.
That doesn't. No.
It does. I play Crash Bandicoot on it.
Yeah, no, because those are the digital download ones, the ones you can get over.
I just was a digital download. I actually put the disc in. I'm not joking. Because I was being an idiot one day.
We need to see some proof about this.
Yeah, I was being an idiot one day. I thought, oh yeah, it's an old game. I'll put it in.
As in the PS1 Crash Bandicoots?
Yeah. I put Crash Bandicoot in. They started playing. I thought, oh no way. I just started playing it on the PS3.
I'm stumped.
I swear, unless I was dreaming it.
I reckon you might be dreaming.
No.
Because the original PS3s came out. There was the 20 gig and the 60 gig, and they were both backwards compatible. But then after a few years, and it was never as public as the red lights for the Xbox. But it started to. There was a weird solder issue between the motherboard and something else. I can't remember what the other part was in the console was causing problems, and it just started breaking down. I've got the old one there. I took it, I got it fixed. They resoldered. They put a fan on to keep it cool to prevent the issues.
I remember the fan. And they people paid $1,000 for this as well.
Yeah, it cost me $1,000, and it lasted me it lasted me 4 years.
That's pretty good. But still, for $1,000, you would want more.
And I was gutted because that was my backward compatible machine, and the others didn't do it. Apparently. Now we've got this. Now I'm in doubt about this whole thing.
You put Crash Bandicoot in there, it will work. I hope it works. Otherwise, you can't have chips in the PS3 to play PS1 games. No.
That was one of the things PlayStation did really well.
Oh yeah.
Except when it blew up in their face, someone finally managed to work around it. Do you know about this whole thing with the PlayStation hack?
No.
They managed to hack the PS3 to allow you to play modded or like pirated games.
Oh no, I think
PlayStation put out a firmware update to fix the whole thing.
Ooh.
And then someone just cracked the SADs, hacked PSN. The whole thing was down for a month. The whole thing was down for a month.
I do remember that.
All at the time that like they had God of War 3 coming out and Heavy Rain coming out and all these like big games that were coming out at that time, and people couldn't get. Not that they were online games, but like you couldn't get online. People were getting like I was filthy because trophies weren't pinging like they should because there was a weird disconnect. I love a trophy.
You love your trophies. If it's not 100%, Paul's not happy.
That's we're not quite that bad, but I mean, in the case of things like I saw one where you're trying to get one achieved, but I can't remember what it was. It wasn't the tapping one we were talking about. There was another one. You didn't know how to get it. I think I don't know if you tweeted it or something. Was this in the last week or two?
Could have been.
Yeah, I reached out to the developers. I managed to get it sorted out. I actually got stuck inside the dungeon. There was a bug in their game. Like you're not supposed to be able to re-enter a dungeon once you finished it.
Oh, I knew you
But
did.
for some reason I went I was able to get in.
You cracked the code.
And then I couldn't get back out again. They had to put a patch. They go, just don't delete the save game. We'll let you out. Don't worry, it's all right. And then I managed to pop the trophies afterwards. I'd done an interview with this team, and there was a few bits and pieces. So I wanted
you knew it.
So I wanted to reward them, I guess, for their effort in the game and that sort of thing. It was an easy platinum, so I went after it, and I got it. So yeah, where do you see things going from here? Not just in terms of the show, but you might have other ideas for the show, for different shows and those sorts of things. One that we can't remember. Where do you see your gaming kind of going now? Where do your interests kind of lie when it comes to modern games?
None. I sort of have no interest in modern games. I think because there's been that many remastered games.
Oh yeah, okay.
And you just go, oh look, here we go.
Really, none of the new stuff's tickling your fancy at all.
It's only been 2.
What were they?
Witcher 3,
Yeah, fair.
Batman Arkham Knight. And that's it.
And that was a follow-up to, I presume, the other two, which you'd...
Arkham
Or
City.
the other three, sorry, that you'd really enjoyed.
No, not so much
Asylum
Arkham
City and
Origins.
Origins?
Not a really big fan of Origins.
Okay.
But then again, it is a prequel game, and prequel games are really hard to actually
Like in the
enjoy
movies,
good.
they're not...
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, they did a good job on it, but it's just sort of something that you already know. Same with like Borderlands the pre-sequels. You already know.
The less we speak about that game, the better.
Oh, listen, yeah.
It's a blight on the Borderlands franchise, and
I
I
know.
love
You pretty
Borderlands.
much, we can, if we ruin it, who cares? It's pretty much, all you need to know about Borderlands pre-sequel is just the last 3 minutes.
And anti-grav sucks.
Of how Jack becomes Handsome Jack. That's it. That's all you need to know. Everything else, pointless.
I mean, that doesn't bother me. Like, Borderlands not huge on its bloody story and those sort of things, but it's funny in a lot of ways. But the playing experience is what you're after. The looting, shooting, and kind of the.
But they did say themselves
the
online.
cycle and the grind, but that anti-grav sucked.
Oh yeah, well, it wasn't the greatest.
Yeah. Go check out a patched episode from the other week where Jay, Damo, and I talk about
Last week.
what should be. Yeah, I have no idea when this is going to go up. So,
so it could be
in
now.
April,
Could be 6 months.
where we talk just before your Red Dead video goes
Red
up.
Dead,
Just
so-
before Red Dead.
Oh. Yeah,
Got no time.
Yeah, we'll do it before then. Yeah. We'll put up.
So we spoke about Zelda before. So Breath of the Wild didn't do it for you. You don't.
I did play it, and then I don't know. I think because they've
Mario
changed
Odyssey,
it. I haven't played Mario Odyssey. I should really buy a Switch.
Oh, okay. So you don't have a Switch.
I don't have a Switch.
So you played it on the Wii U Zelda then, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I sort of enjoyed it. It was because the world is massive. You know that because I'm one of those people that ignores the story and just goes wandering.
Which is why we've spoken about Assassin's Creed and Saints Row in both of these late game reviews so far, and now Prototype in each of these late game reviews.
I think the same with Fallout 4.
There's a trend going here.
I've been playing Fallout 4 for 2 years. I think I've played 3 days worth. I'm nowhere close to finishing it because all I do is just wander off.
And just go off and create
Just
your own
go
story.
off.
But I think that'll be like that sort of approach will be awesome for some player 2 players down the track. I'm going to heat you up for that. when there's that sort of big open world game that interests you comes along, maybe it's
ignore
Red
the
Dead.
story.
We'll get you to just explore the world for an hour. or whatever.
GTA 4, just try and find all the random people.
Yeah, that'll work.
They'll take ages. Try to find all of them. Or GTA 5, they can do the same thing. Try to find all those randoms.
So there's nothing coming up that outside of Red Dead, obviously.
Try to think.
There's nothing
not
else.
so much Red Dead 2 either.
Oh, really?
I think because it's also just it's
Well,
a
we
prequel.
don't know
It's
much
a kind of a prequel as well. Sort of.
It's a
I only know about Bill.
weird sort
I
of
only know
thing.
about Bill. That's it.
Yeah.
Try to think. What other games? I don't pay no attention.
Okay, so you don't really keep yourself up to date.
No.
You just got to start following the website and see
Probably
what sort of
should.
stuff we put up because we try and make sure we have trailers and bits and pieces there. There might be things that interest you.
So the other good trailer I've seen is Star Wars Battlefront 2, but that was bad. The trailer was great. Game, not so much.
I played the story, reviewed the story. Wish I didn't. That was really disappointing.
Anything, why I say anything with a good trailer. Generally not a great game.
Yeah, 'cause they have to do it up to make it look better than what it actually is.
It was the same as Mass Effect, and didn't even have a trailer.
Andromeda tried. Oh yeah, Andromeda. There's heaps.
No, I thought all that show was developers.
There's actual trailers as well.
I think I have. Yeah, I see it. I thought, that looks good. It's not going. The game's not going to be good though.
But
which I always said after 3.
I wish I'd been a viewer. Like I wish I had the foresight to see it your way because
after 3,
I can't wait.
After 3, I was that disappointed when after
But you talking
3.
about just the ending, or
The ending. I thought I played 90 hours, and this is the ending I get. So I played it again. Same ending, different choices.
I didn't mind the story of Andromeda. Andromeda cops it because of the animation issues they had, and that's so overblown. It's the same. Assassin's Creed Unity copped the same thing.
But that was a lot of.
There was a lot of problems, like the face is kind of disappearing, and you just had eyeballs and a mouth. And that sort of,
everyone was synchronized.
People were losing their minds over that, and I saw because that came out the same day as Assassin's Creed Rogue for the PS3 and the 360.
I got Rogue,
and I was doing a review of Rogue, so I didn't get to Unity. I wasn't going to be able to get to Unity right away anyway. And I also knew that Rogue came first in terms of the story, I wanted to play Rogue first. So I played Rogue, and then I was seeing all the reviews starting to come out and all the criticisms of the facial stuff and all the issues that Unity has. I was like, oh, fine, I'll just wait until they put a few patches out and people start to come around and say, hey, it's starting, like, those bugs are gone. And as soon as they did, I went and played Unity and loved it.
Yeah,
Unity's a good game that just copped it because of the facial stuff.
But the one thing I hate about Unity, English accents in France.
Well, yeah.
That's the one problem. It's never understood. It's made by a company in France.
Based in France.
Canada, and they use English.
Yeah.
It's one thing I never understood. What was that one after it?
Syndicate was next.
Syndicate,
That was
yes.
the one
That was
set in
English, so
London,
that's
so
fine.
that was fine. And then
Unplayed
Origins
Origins.
since.
Unplayed Origins.
Origins is a real
I
good
should
game.
really get onto that.
It really improves what they were doing. Like, it takes everything and just...
See, that's what happens when you...
And they actually changed it up.
Yes, that's what happens when you develop games 2 years apart, not every year.
Call of Duty.
Don't talk about Call of Duty.
Alright, go on.
Have not played one since Modern Warfare 2.
And why is that? Just because you realised that was the same thing?
I think I was just mainly disappointed because it got really exciting at the end and it just finished.
Oh, yeah, okay, right.
Like, oh yeah, this is great credits. What the hell?
Oh, no, I was going to make a Halo reference for you, but that'll sail
That
over
is
your head.
boom.
I'm going to finish this fight, boom. It's over. At the end of Halo 2, like, we're going to finish this fight, and then that's it. Done.
I've
Credits.
heard that, yeah.
That's kind of funny, actually. In retrospect, since I was a PlayStation guy, first and foremost, and hearing about how the Xbox people were burnt, that was back in the old fanboy days. I'm like, sucked in.
Yeah, back in the old Xbox versus PlayStation.
Oh, look, and that sort of crap still exists.
And Nintendo.
You grow up.
No one cares about Nintendo. No one cared about Nintendo around that period until the Wii came along.
Well, yeah, and then the grandmas cared. No, I'm thinking now with the Switch. Now everyone's like, when is this game coming to Switch? When's it coming? Like, bring it to Switch. Blah blah blah. You can't get that with your Battlefronts, like those big AAA ones, because they just don't convert down to a less powerful system. But
but yes, that was.
Battlefront, Battlefield, even as well. All those sorts of games, it just doesn't work. But all your indie games, maybe you need to try it. Do you mess around with much of the indie stuff?
Not really.
That might be.
Really?
I mean, if you're a little bit over some of the stuff, like, because it's fairly repetitive, that sort of stuff.
No remasters. I'm there.
Go and try out some of the indie stuff. There's some cool things. Go and check out some of the Player 2 Plays. There's a bunch of different. Like, maybe you'll see if something interests you there. I think we've kind of come to an end.
Oh,
really? Oh no, go on. You were going to bring something up.
No.
I think we've kind of surmised the entire Matto Phillips gaming story, really.
I guarantee, Crash Bandicoot works. I swear, it does work.
Now, the last time someone tried to doubt me about this sort of thing, like, game's coming to such and such or whatever, Damo said that South Park: The Stick of Truth wasn't coming to the Switch, which it wasn't at the time. It is now. No, he's like, they announced it. Mate, they never announced it. And I was proven right. And then it was something they announced this year with, like, hey, we've decided we're going to bring it over to the Switch. I mean,
same as Skyrim.
It was right eventually, but it was 6 months after the game came out.
Skyrim
and it was they'd never announced it.
Skyrim, they're only 7 years behind there.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. It's good to catch up. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good.
Are you going to play? I mean, if you don't, Skyrim something you liked? Yes.
Never played it.
Oh, really? Man, we got some stuff.
I've got it at home. It's still sitting in the box. They're still wrapped in plastic.
I think there's a whole sub-series that we can create here, just you playing games for the first time.
It's called Games
First Impressions.
Games I've never played. There'll be a massive pile. It's pretty much this generation.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of mostly my current one, but even then there's a few in there that I've already dealt with.
Let's have a look. None of these are.
Most of these are sail over your head, right?
Oh, let's see. What's that?
Ni no Kuni 2.
Nah. Way Out? No. Monster Hunter? No, I'll get to that one day. Probably in about 3 years' time. What is that? Nope. What is that? You can show that.
Nier Automata. Tales of Berseria.
Nah.
You're reeling out all the JRPGs here. Destiny 2.
No, that's Call of Duty. No, you take that.
Final Fantasy, Persona 5, and Borderlands.
I haven't played one since 7. What is that? That looks interesting.
Persona 5. Real anime JRPG, but yeah.
Yes.
There we go. And then there's Switch games in the other pile there.
Oh, that's all made.
Matto's got some catching up to do. And we'll wrap it up there so that you can start doing that. Exactly that. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. All those buttons are down below here. That'll allow you to get access to weekly episodes of Patch, the Video Games Club, The Insider, the Late Game Review. Not weekly episodes, I don't want to overcommit.
Monthly episodes.
Monthly, maybe sometimes
or
less.
When I feel like it.
When they're ready.
Like in October.
Episodes of the Late Game Review, trailers, and a whole bunch more. Player 2 Plays, got them coming out the arse. There's heaps there, so go check them out.
You might see me in Player 2 Plays one day.
Yes.
Down the track.
We'll try and get that going. We don't want you to bite off more than you can chew. We've got to get you kind of settled into your rhythm when it comes to this.
Oh, I'm settled. Don't you worry. I'm
right.
there.
Well-oiled machine. For written stuff, make sure to visit the website, player2.net.au, where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft, heaps more, all contributed by some of the best gaming talent in Australia, so go and check it out. You're on Twitter.
Yes. All of my 8 followers, 6 of them are set fake.
Well, I've seen a few of those now. Let's try and add to that. Where can they find you?
At MattoPhil. I'm not sure if it's an underscore.
Phil, I think.
I'll
add it at the bottom here anyway. You can find me at PaulJamesP2, the website, Player2AU. Consider becoming a patron. Patreon.com/Player2AU. Kick in a few bucks, you'll get access to exclusive episodes, such as this. You'll get early access to videos. There's, at the top tier, you can join us in the monthly Player 2 podcast. And there's a whole bunch of there is an audio podcast that we have. There's a whole, but we haven't actually done one this year.
I was going to say, where is this podcast you talk of?
Yeah, we've been really, really slack this year, but we're planning to do one in the next week or so.
You've heard that.
And then it'll be monthly after that. So make sure to go and check that out. There's some awesome tiers there. Surely there's something for you, and you help the Player 2 dream continue to grow. So thank you in advance. Until next time, though, where it'll be business as usual, but we'll see more of you in the future.
You sure will.
Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you later.